There's no wrong reason to get an abortion.
Okay. If you were making a health decision between you and a medical professional that is the right decision for you, your body, your future, it is always the right decision.
I would never stand between anyone with a uterus from making a decision about their body.
No, yeah, they're like, you can do it.
You see what she said? She said, I would never stand in between anyone with a uterus. She didn't say woman.
With the uterus. Because it prothom theke hocche je, and she's bringing trans women.
That's why. Yes, and so, okay, what's your stance on this, Jay? What's the prompt? There is no wrong reason to get an abortion.
Well, I'm against abortion. But, you know, like, I do have some points here, you know, jodi raped hoy, jodi say minor hoy, you know, like health conditions thake, then it's a different scenario.
Right.
But
So that's what they're asking, I think, Jay.
Yes.
Like there's no wrong reason. No, they're saying all reasons are valid.
Yeah.
So I mean, actually, me, for example, I am on the completely, I don't know whether you would call this extreme or what. There is no right reason to get an abortion. Unless, now there is, there is only one unless for me.
Your choice.
And only one unless for me, and সেটা হচ্ছে শুধু health. So I don't even consider it in rape.
Oh,
because even in rape, because the way I see it is, so these people are presenting abortion as a health issue, which it is rarely.
Yeah.
Thing is, Americans often use abortion as a birth control measure.
Yeah.
So it's not, in fact, rape type case I think statistically it's about somewhere in the 0.3% or 3%, somewhere there.
Oita abar amar stand, you know, is strong. You know,
in rape, as in rape. So so here's my argument for it. The way I see it, I don't look at it from a woman's perspective at all. The way I look at it is, we're killing a child.
Yeah.
Right. So even in rape, through no fault of the child's own, are we allowed to do that? And now these are questions. These are not. These are gray areas that I feel that should be discussed instead of saying, like they're saying, there's no wrong reason to get an abortion.
Correct.
So, Jamon, I feel, let's say in terms of rape, now, for example, if a minor is raped and she becomes pregnant and the pregnancy becomes an actual health risk for her,
definitely,
I say abortion is okay.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know? So that's why instead, that's why I put my exception at the only time when it's okay is when it is an actual health risk. So because there are plenty of people, let's say people who get raped and decide to keep the child.
Yeah, they do.
Because rape doesn't automatically mean you have to get an abortion.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
So,
because তখন ওইটা ওর চয়েসেও চলে আসছে,
exactly.
You know, like যে আমি কি বাচ্চাটা রাখবো না কিনা, because বাচ্চাটার তো দোষ নাই.
Right. That's the part that bothers me.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, and in terms of these women, American women, I think আমি যেটা দেখি সব সময় সেটা হচ্ছে they want the right. It seems like they're like killing babies.
I've killed for you. Who else can say that?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't agree to what you're saying though, but you know, ora khub easily jinishটাকে নেয় যে okay, you have a choice of abortion. So ora age kintu bole দেয় you have a choice to abort, so you're okay to go have sex, you know, like তুমি এই age চলে আসছো এখন you can enjoy, but what happens when the outcome results in pregnancy?
Right. And oftentimes they will twist language in a way. They'll say, like the state or the state, the patriarchy has no right to force women to have children. What does that mean? How can you force a woman to have a
child?
I don't understand this, because they act as if you're being the decision-making power wasn't there. It was there.
Of course.
It was there in bed.
I like sex. It's nice.
Of course.
It's not at the hospital that you make the decision. I mean, there are many forms of birth control.
You don't make a baby lying down on the hospital bed.
Yeah. The decision was made the night you went out and decided to be responsible.
Yeah.
That's when the decision was made.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
This health, you can have this health care if you are a victim of incest or a victim of rape. It's like you should be able to have access to that.
You see how they twist the words? She said, if you're a victim of incest, victim of rape. You can be a victim of rape. You might not be a victim of incest. An incestual relationship, it's most likely consensual. How is she a victim of rape, of incest?
But thing is, what this is being, I don't know. I mean, as I watch it further and further, they're swaying away from the topic of feminism.
Yep.
I don't see it being around feminism only. I mean, অনেক কিছু চলে আসে আমাদের কথাবার্তাও অনেক কিছু আসে, but we're trying to stick to the core topic of feminism here.
Right. Yes, you have trans issues, race issues.
Incest.
What if you want it? You know, it's about it's the same as going into the doctor and getting a routine check. If there's something for your body that you think will, you know, not just benefit you, but help you live and also help you sustain an actual good life for your child, then that's what you need to do.
And financial is a huge thing too.
It is a huge thing.
It's an extremely huge financial responsibility to have a kid, and some people just don't have that means.
First world countries
agree.
But first world countries যদি এটা বলে then আমরা কোথায় যাব?
হ্যাঁ, ওয়েলফেয়ার গভর্নমেন্টের পয়সার উপর চলতেছে সারা জীবন, আরো বাচ্চা হইলে আরো টাকা, ঠিক আছে, ফর গডস সেক। এন্ড জিনিসটা হচ্ছে আই থিংক দিস জেনারেশন হ্যাজ সামহাউ লস্ট, I don't think they've tasted ownership, like because this generation really seems to be lacking in responsibility. Like actions have consequences. Oh, financially bachchata, you know, the financially bachcha boro kora onai. No, people know that, and you knew that before you had sex without protection.
I was just coming to that. You knew that while you were doing it, enjoying your time, but tumi egula chinta koro nai je you have to be responsible for your actions.
Exactly.
I mean, okay.
I'm definitely pro-choice. I'm probably the only anti-feminist that's pro-choice.
Being pro-choice, pro-abortion is actually very common. It's like 78% of Americans.
Okay, so yeah.
There's actually many people who are in your category.
To me, it makes sense in certain circumstances. I don't think people should be using abortion as a form of birth control. I think, to me, abortion's, believe it or not even the issue we need to be talking about right now. I feel like we need to be talking about how to properly educate people, no matter what their status is, no matter what their sexual orientation, whatever. And we need to go from there.
I agree with her on the education part. Definitely. We need to be educated on
Well,
this.
I think I have a very interesting perspective on this because my mother opened the first Planned Parenthood in our state, and she is very pro-abortion outwardly. But inwardly in our home, we weren't allowed to do it. And so growing up at that dichotomy really, I think, messed me up a lot because I was like, okay, which one is the truth?
There are wrong reasons to get an abortion. A wrong reason to get an abortion is if you are going through your pregnancy and all of a sudden you change your mind. If you are irresponsible and all of a sudden finding yourself scared of motherhood.
When people say that they don't, that
like
women are getting
all her points.
I feel like that woman is a mother.
Yes, definitely. But I liked all her points from the very beginning. She's been quite
She's very composed, mature.
Extremely composed.
Because they just don't want to be pregnant anymore. They're not actually understanding the way that an abortion works. Most of the time they're talking about late-term abortions. And what a lot of people don't realize is when you have that kind of abortion, you have to give birth to the fetus. Okay. There's no going back. You're literally giving birth to a body. It's never just a, whoop, I don't feel like being pregnant anymore. Guess these last 8 months I just wasted everything. No one's doing that.
No, but that's exactly the point. She's saying, oh, the people are talking about late-term abortions. You actually have to give birth to the fetus.
Yeah.
But that means you have to give birth to the fetus and kill it.
Yeah, exactly.
How does that make it better? I mean,
it's argument. Murder. I mean,
exactly. And again, one of the other things is I never understand this. People go like, oh, just a clump of cells. So, as a common collective, amra where do we draw the line? First dine ki mara wrong, naki 8 mashe mara wrong. And এই ডিসিশনটা 8 মাস হোক কি ফার্স্ট দিন হোক, এই ডিসিশনটা যেই নিবে সেই ডিসিশনটা নেয়ার আমি কে?
সেটাই।
Who decides that?
medically যখন বলে না heartbeat যখন থেকে আসে তখন থেকে জান আসে, but honestly I believe যে the moment you find out you're pregnant automatically you're giving birth, মানে you're a mother to be.
I believe that too, কারণ হচ্ছে because you see heartbeat or not, so
you're pregnant.
So what if the child was born, I don't know, without a hand?
Yeah.
Right? Could have some kids, there are plenty of kids who are born with like defective lungs.
Yes.
They're not, doesn't make the mother any less, doesn't make the kid any less. But my point is, through abortion, what you're doing is, I think it's you're a mother and it's a child from the first cell, because what you're killing through abortion is the potential of a child.
Absolutely.
You know, and later me to aro baje. Later she just said, oh, we eta koshto kome jay ta na, we actually have to give birth.
I don't agree.
So you give birth and then kill the child.
Correct. It's the aro baje. Mane first থেকে যে ওরা ওদের definition, I think then according to them you have to redefine pregnancy. ওদের জন্য. You know, like what is pregnancy to you? Mane for me, from the very first day you find out you're pregnant, you're going to be a mother, right? So kind of clump of cells ki jinish I don't agree with that.
We're all clumps of cells.
Correct. Mane life to be, or I don't agree, I don't understand life to be. It's a life.
Yeah.
তুমি এখন তোমার পেটে মানে you're nurturing that life, তুমি you in time you will be giving birth to that life.
The potential of a child,
exactly.
Right? Absolutely, because there will be people who ajkalkar kore je you'll do 3D scans of children,
gender reveal,
and I'll ask them just, so are you a 3D scanner point ki? So
obviously to check for anomalies,
so one type of scan is whether the placement of the baby inside is okay or not.
Correct.
The new types of scan that we were instructed to do was baby genes DNA level okay,
chromosome deficiency or kiki
thakle what am I supposed to do, kill it?
তার মানে তো ওই চয়েসটা দেয়া হচ্ছে, they're promoting that.
What am I supposed to do? মানে আচ্ছা ওর জিনস ডিফেক্টিভ আছে, এখন I don't want a defective বাচ্চা. What is that?
ও বাচ্চাটা কি দোষ? thing is তাহলে sorry but আগে যে এখন তো মেডিকেল অ্যাডভান্সমেন্টস হচ্ছে, আগে যে ছিল না তখন কি হতো? সো বাচ্চাটা হওয়ার পর কি মেরে ফেলতো মারা?
I think that's the other thing. আগের জিনিস আর এখন জিনিস কম্পেয়ার করলে না, it's just that আজকালকার and not just women, men as well, men today as well. I think the lack of responsibility in terms of, I know plenty of guys who will basically grow up without any sort of responsibility towards, মানে they're প্রেম করবে, ভালোবাসবে, বিয়ে করবে, but ওইটা কিন্তু একটা responsibility. Men these days don't understand this. But so I'm not just.
How can you say that? Again, you're opening doors for like questions and thoughts.
No, absolutely. Because you see, I think that leads to all of this. Karan hocche.
Okay.
In the modern world, the way at least America, Canada treats abortion, the way I see it is they want to get rid of more responsibility. They want an opportunity to be more irresponsible with their lives. That's why one of the women said it shouldn't be used as birth control, because you have 20 other methods.
I agree with her.
You know?
Children is the most blessed gift. And I speak as someone who, when I found out that I was expecting for the first time, I kid you not, I was terrified.
But you were prepared.
No, I was not necessarily prepared.
No one is prepared.
I was not prepared. And I was very much caught off guard. And I was terrified because I had an incredible career happening for me on the upswing.
Finances.
I had, let me finish. I had such a dramatic, fearful reaction to becoming a mother because of what our society has been telling me throughout my adolescence and my early 20s, is that once you become a mother, it's all over and it ends. And that is a very, very deeply rooted problem in
some parts of the society.
I agree. A lot of women here think আমাকে বলে ফ্রেন্ডরা যে তুমি তো মানে তোর তো লাইফ শেষ। আমরা বাচ্চা নিস না কেন, আমি ঘুরে টুরে নিয়ে আগে, কারণ লাইফ তো এরপর তো শেষ।
কারেক্ট, মজা করে নেই তারপরে। Saad, do you remember when we were studying radical feminism, there was this person who I spoke about, Shula Smith Firestone?
Yeah, in class. Hi.
Yes, so she advocated, she was a lecturer, writer, author, right? So she really took the radical feminism campaign few steps ahead. She focused on the concepts of childbirth and pregnancy to be factors that are taken advantage of by men. So her point was যে আমরা এইগুলো রাখবই বা কেন বা মেনদেরকে এই অপরচুনিটিটা দিবই বা কেন to talk about to take advantage of মানে আমাদের এই অ্যাডভান্টেজ জানি না এই ইস্যুজই জানি না রাখি আমি ওইটা করি.
So she thought this was something that was holding women back.
Void of women, of womanhood, like a lacking, not a gift. যে procreation বলে কিছু দরকার নাই বা এটা is what is holding me back. My pregnancy is holding me back as a person. আমি আগাতে পারছি না, and men are taking advantage of that.
I never understood this point. How are men taking advantage of a situation যেখানে, for example, in the Western countries, she's from the West, so she must have been talking in that context. So if you get someone pregnant, abortion করবে না কি করবে না এটা মেয়েটার decision, right? For now.
For now, but there are laws there too.
I don't think it should, but it is. But then so ওদূর আমি বুঝলাম যে okay, বাচ্চা হলে some women think যে আমার life শেষ অথবা or like this is something that's going to hold me back.
Yeah.
But when she says যে men are taking advantage of this, how is that true? যখন abortion or not is the woman's choice, but it's not the man's choice whether he has to pay child support. Ekta bacha hole like a man, whether he's earning a lot of money or nothing, he has to be paying child support. How is that playing to our favor?
Well, again, that opens doors to other arguments. And some people are really going to pour in their thoughts about what you just said.
No, absolutely. So everyone is, I actually think we are going to welcome more people on the show with views that we don't agree with.
Yeah.
Right? So I absolutely want people to come on board, like call us. I think we'll put our emails and contact numbers down on the description.
Please do. I think it's going to be blasting with emails.
I think we need opposing views as well. What amra ja bolte sekhane, what you don't agree with, what you agree with. I think let's have a conversation.